A lot of you have seen this already and probably have heard some of your other favorite YouTubers make their own takes, but I really need to jump on this one as well. I know I'm kind of late, but I have my reasons. Before I even get to it, let me say one thing. I'm big in the automotive scene, in the industry. I have worked on cars, sold them, managed departments and repair shops, done mechanic apprenticeships, the whole 9 yards. The amount of cars that I have driven in my life in even 1 year is easily in the hundreds. Sports cars, giant trucks, I'm talking TRXs, F550s, Corvettes, M-Series models, McLarens. I've driven everything between a 1999 Corolla and a brand new C8 Corvette. In this line of work, if you want to call it that, in this world of cars, something that you will learn immediately if you're keen is that cars are a huge responsibility. They are a huge commitment, and they are also huge machines that can easily make your life miserable or possibly end it in more ways than one. I didn't say all of that to brag, by the way. I said that to sort of like provide an example of the experience that I have. That being said, today I want to talk about moron influencers and how often they do things that are outright life-threatening with their cars. I know some insane recent examples have shown up recently, such as N3ON, you know, those morons who stream themselves drinking and driving while streaming on Kick, and this dude over here with his McLaren Senna that he wrecked. Unfortunately, I can't show a lot of footage because the video will literally be struck in the first few hours that it's up. I made a video like this before about the Kia thefts and how to remain safe while owning one, and that got struck in a few hours, but I digress. Look, a lot of people, especially some of these low IQ, smooth brain quote-unquote influencers such as N3ON, do not understand the level of power and chaos they have on hand when being behind the wheel of a car. I know N3ON wasn't the one driving, but that only brings me to my next point. These same low IQ people who collectively share a quarter of a brain cell, if that, are the same type of people that see their peers and other morons take a car like a Mercedes, a Porsche, or a BMW. They see them drive these cars incredibly irresponsibly, recklessly, swerving in and out of traffic, going to takeovers, and they want to do the same thing as well. People like N3ON who see this will think this is fucking badass, and then try to participate in this culture or even replicate it, because they think it's some sort of game. They think it's just some joy or thrill or exciting adventure, something that is fun to participate in. Then stupid people like N3ON will come in and try to get into this world of people doing reckless shit because they think it's cool, and they'll propagate and promote this type of behavior to thousands of kids, teenagers, and ignorant adults alike that not just find entertainment in people being struck by disaster, pun not intended, but also revel in it when it happens. I have to be transparent here. I can't act like I'm super innocent when it comes to this personally. I have never been in an accident or anything even adjacent to one, but I have participated in street culture like this when I was like 18 and when I got my first car. I was in drag races, car meets, takeovers, and other extreme and wild shit. The one thing I can say though is that I never went out of my way to be extremely reckless unlike these morons. I simply just showed up and saw things that happened. Well, at least for the most part anyways. Something that I learned super quickly that humbled me is that cars are an extreme liability, and much more than just in a financial sense. I have seen people crash, hit people, ruin lives, get their lives ruined by not being able to afford a repair or payment, etc, etc. I learned that operating and owning a car is a power that comes with a lot of responsibility that makes you a variable in either a good or terrible things happening not just in your life but others as well. I might sound a bit dramatic, but I promise you this is far from dramatic. N3ON may not have been behind the wheel of that car, but he met with the driver, he promoted the driver, and he got in the passenger seat with the driver and streamed it for thousands of impressionable morons knowing exactly what he was going to get into, knowing exactly who the driver was and what his purpose on the internet and as a clout goblin is. Because of things I've personally witnessed in the past, that's just something I have to go hard on. Not only could this abortion of a driver who has no skill, by the way, fuck, I could embarrass this dude and dog walk him. Not only could this driver have gotten someone injured, permanently disfigured, or handicapped, or even killed them, not only could he have done all that, but he actually did potentially ruin someone's life.
Calm. Oh my god! Oh my fuck!
These morons committed a hit and run. Do you know how hard it is to prove that to insurance, especially after you were the cause of a rear-end collision where you got rear-ended? Whoever rear-ended N3ON here got some seriously hefty damage. Do you think insurance is just gonna assume that they're telling the truth for the damages caused to that person's vehicle? Absolutely not. They're gonna have to pay out of pocket for the repairs if they can even afford it. Now, let's say hypothetically, if they're still paying for a car loan, even more of a headache to pay for the damages plus a loan that you're gonna be forced forced to pay for now? What if these individuals were just one person who's barely getting by and needs his car to make it to work and earn a paycheck? You just heavily inconvenience that guy. Now he's out of a car and potentially can't even afford to get it fixed, and then that's not even thinking about the potential injuries he may have. It's a really long list of bullshit that can go wrong when we get into the operation of motor vehicles. Just insane amount of things that most people who haven't been around all of this will never see until it hits them. It really makes my blood boil whenever I see people not take vehicles or street safety seriously because of the endless list of things that can go wrong. I've been at takeovers where people start firing off guns after an accident. I've seen people get into very serious multi-car collision wrecks after swerving in the streets, cars catching on fire. These people were driving at speeds over 100 miles per hour. The hit they were involved in was them brake checking some dude and getting hit from the rear. Imagine if they did that to a trailer tractor, a semi-truck. Imagine what could have happened to them after slowing down that fast, that suddenly. It would be over for whoever was sitting in the back seat, and there were people in the back seat. I'm taking this topic a bit more seriously than any other topic I've talked about, and that's mainly because of the things that I've witnessed. The type of cars that I've seen pull up in shops that I've worked on, insurance claimants with life-defining injuries having to auction off their cars on lots that I've attended. It's a lot of hard-hitting things that just make me take all of this a lot more seriously. Whenever you see a car in real life come in with the entire rear end essentially sliced apart after an accident, that's when everyone on the lot walks up to the tow truck just to see and wonder what the fuck went wrong here. It makes me even more mad to see that people like N3ON don't understand the level of shit they're in, or the level of shit they're promoting. N3ON literally took that entire part of his stream and uploaded it on YouTube for his idiot child audience to watch, and like I said earlier, there will be idiot impressionable kids, teenagers, adults even, who will watch this and think it's the coolest shit they've ever seen. It's one thing to participate in it, but to promote it and make other people find even more entertainment and joy in this, that's doubling down on the amount of scumminess that went on in the first place. Honestly, N3ON and Squeeze both should be arrested and serve time, committing a felony on camera and then promoting it to at this point 200,000 viewers and more across people uploading shorts, TikToks, Reels, and the live stream itself. He incriminated himself and everyone in that car. It's well-deserved prison time from that point on. Fortunately, he did get banned on Kick, and I know Twitch and YouTube won't ever let him have a platform. The last thing he can do is go on Rumble and see if that cesspool of degeneracy will keep his career afloat. More than likely, it won't. That being said, I genuinely wish nothing but failure on N3ON. I want this dude to straight up go to jail for a year or two and then just have his clout and relevancy absolutely plummet. I hope they catch him and that the owners of whichever one of these vehicles, got hit can get their rightful settlement. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.